Hey guys, let's look at this conservation of energy roller coaster problem real fast here. So if we look at it, they tell us at the beginning up here, we got 0 joules of kinetic energy and 450,000 joules of potential energy. So that shows us that our total amount of mechanical energy is 450,000, and that's got to be consistent all the way across. So here at this point, when we only have 200,000 joules of potential, we must have 250,000 joules of kinetic. Down here, when we're a height of 0, we'll have 0 potential, which means all 450,000 joules of it will be kinetic there. Now let's go back and find the heights and the velocities as we need them. So to find the heights, the gravitational potential energy will be mass times gravity times height. So when I go to plug in here, I can say height is equal to the gravitational potential energy divided by mass divided by gravity. So for the first one here, let's plug in. The potential energy is 450,000. The mass, they say, is 1,000. And gravity is 10. So dividing by this 1,000 will knock out those 3. Dividing by that 10 will knock out that 0. And the height here is 45 meters. Let's go ahead and find the height here again, because we'll do the exact same operation. Gravitational potential energy divided by mass times gravity. So for this one, it's 200,000 joules is our potential energy. And once again, our mass is 1,000 and our gravity is 10. So dividing by 1,000 knocks off those 3 zeros, dividing by 10 knocks off that 0, and this height must occur at 20 meters. Then, to find the velocities, we'll use kinetic energy is 1/2 mv squared. Here we don't have any kinetic energy, so we don't have any velocity. So here we're going to find this velocity here by plugging in our kinetic energy. So 250,000 is our kinetic energy. That's equal to 1/2 times our mass, which is 1,000, times v squared. So divide each side by 1,000, that will knock off those zeros. Multiply each side by 2 to get rid of that half, and you'll get 500 is equal to v squared. So to get v squared, you have to take the square root of 500, which is about 22.36 meters per second would be our velocity. We're going to do the same thing here for this velocity, and so we're going to plug it into this equation, but this time our kinetic energy is 450,000. Again, that's equal to 1/2 times our mass, which is still 1,000, times v squared. So to solve for v, I'll divide each side by 1,000, knock off those 3, multiply each side by 2 to get rid of the half. That will give us 900 is equal to v squared. Take the square root of each side. Square root of 900 is 30. So the velocity at the end there is 30 meters per second.